Hi, welcome to the Elite4Podcast. I'm your host, Miggs. And with me today are the Elite4 crew.
What's up? I'm Noel.
Aubrey.
So, guys, Brian.
Welcome back to the podcast, guys, and welcome back viewing. This is episode 21, maybe. I don't know what episode it is. I already lost count. But, you know, podcast's still young. We're still rocking it out over here. I did take a couple weeks off, but call me lazy, dude. Fuck it, right? So, what have y'all been up to?
It's been a good while since I've seen all y'all.
Yeah.
At least here and talking it out.
Yeah. It's been a good minute.
Yeah.
I mean,
Something happened to Aubrey.
Aubrey, you had a fight with what was it? A volleyball?
Not the ball. Definitely not the ball.
Thought Wilson got crazy on you.
We play, we play co-ed. There's a bunch of dudes playing, big dudes.
Big dudes.
So there was a very tall, lanky guy.
He said
big elbows.
No crust.
And I mean, it was the same side. So a lot of people are like, did anything, like, what'd you do to the other guy? And I'm like, nothing at all. Cause I got elbowed in the face. Yeah. So.
It was
an accident.
That don't look like no accident.
I was the setter, and setter always gets the second ball. Well, he was an aggressive player, and so he went for the second ball, and he went up to spike it, and I was right there underneath him, like just waiting to set the ball, and all I got was an elbow to the face.
Okay.
Yikes!
Dropped it right on.
So he was your teammate.
Yes.
Wow.
And literally, we were 2 minutes into this game.
Okay.
Like, I had just gotten there, just woke up from a nap. Like,
Fresh.
Literally was like...
fresh, you ready to
I
go.
was
You
like,
woke up now?
I don't even know if I wanted to be here. I just wanted to sleep. And then 2 minutes later, I got elbowed in the face.
Oh, you woke now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't play
bad.
volleyball very much. So just talk to me like I'm stupid. So whenever you doesn't everyone have their zones?
Yes.
And so did he just encroach
Okay. There are zones. But like I said, so with the setter, the setter always gets the second ball. So that way you can set up the hitters. Well, it's all about communication. You definitely are supposed to talk. You're supposed to say, I got it. Like, you want to call it so stuff like that doesn't happen.
Okay.
Well, I mean, all the people we play with, he probably hadn't been to play in months. I hadn't seen this guy in a while. So, he's not used to the way we all play together every week, which is they're like, setter gets the second ball. I'm not going for it. Like, I don't care if it's right next to me. I'm not going to go for it because she gets it. Like, that's her ball.
So this dude's an amateur.
No, not at all. If anything,
you're the amateur.
He was being a great aggressive player. But that's where you have to say, like, communicate. He should have let me know that he was going to go hit it.
So you're
I'm
the
just
amateur.
Thinking,
Who's the amateur?
That's what's so hard to explain to people because people that don't play volleyball
I don't know how your elbow.
don't understand.
If you weren't going for the ball, how did his elbow?
I was going for the ball.
I thought you were the setter.
Because it was the second ball. Somebody passed it. Like, somebody hit the ball over. You get 3 hits.
Okay.
Bump, set, spike.
So someone
That's
bumped it.
the way you want to do it. Yeah, somebody bumped it.
So we got a bump.
But it was floating near him, the guy that went up to hit. I'm thinking, I can get to the ball. I can set it. So I'm running over there to go get it. And I was right there.
You left your zone.
And no, I'm the setter. The setter
but you ran out of your zone.
doesn't have a zone. They're supposed to look.
She's a free safety.
They're supposed to.
You're all over.
Yes, because wherever the ball
Playing zone. Oh.
Wherever
Should've played man.
the ball goes, wherever the ball goes on the second hit,
You're there.
I have to go get it. It could literally be off in the bleachers somewhere, and I still have to go get it.
It's a lot of eyes. Yeah. A lot of. I have to.
I do. That's what the setter does. That's the setter does have.
You can do anything.
The setter does have a big role, but yeah, it helps when somebody's aggressive.
You went to set. He went to spike.
Yes, the ball that I was supposed to be setting.
So he prematurely spiked.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know. I feel like you ran towards him and tried to.
I feel like you maybe caused him to
did because that is what I'm
spike.
supposed to do.
But if you're running, shouldn't you be like set? Like, hey, I'm about to set the ball.
Yes, and I'm like, I got it. I'm running.
You're
I'm like, I got it.
Did you say
I got it?
Did you
yes.
say
You always say I got it.
So you were communicating.
Unless I cannot get to it, I will say help. If I can't get to a ball, I will ask for help. And that means they can go get it. That means somebody else get it because I'm not going to make it there. I knew I could make it there. So I wasn't saying help.
Yeah, she got it.
I didn't ask.
Definitely got it.
I got it all right. Yeah.
Something got spiked and it definitely
got
wasn't
an elbow
help.
to the face.
So did you black out?
No, it was, and you know, when it happened, it didn't even like hurt in the time. Like there was never a point where it really, really hurt. It happened fast. I got up there. I was like, I thought I was going to shake it off. I was just like, man, that fucking hurt. Like that really hurt. But I was like, I'm fine. And then they're like, you're bleeding. And I was like, oh shit, what?
Fuck.
I'm bleeding. Like, okay, this might be bad. So then within 2 minutes, we were walking to go get ice and my whole eye, like I could just see my cheek, like all the way puffed up.
In your vision, like your cheeks.
It was so
itching?
gross.
Oh my God.
Like I got into when I finally looked in the mirror, I was like, oh my God. Because I thought I could just go back out there and play again. I was like, I'm fine. It doesn't hurt. It happened. It was just a little, like, honestly, I'm pretty sure he slid off. Like he hit it. But thank God he missed my eyeball because I probably would have been blind. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I would have been blind because
you probably would have started wearing safety glasses out there and stuff. You know?
I imagine it as like Dominique Reyes taking that elbow this.
Oh yeah,
Saturday.
it's a hard elbow.
Okay, so that's what I was like. I don't know how people do this in UFC.
Yeah.
Want to get punched for a living and how they can even function after that. I'm like, my eye was so. It's still healing, and it's been over a week. Like it's.
You and Jordan would be out there blind as fuck, just driving, just like struggling. Yeah.
Jordan was not wearing his glasses, squinting all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, people just get punched for a living and do that, and I don't know how they.
Dude, I don't know how they do it either. Like there was a fight this past weekend, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the previous UFC stuff. That guy snapped his leg, right?
Oh, yeah.
I heard that.
Oh my God,
saw
dude!
that.
I saw that and I was like,
brutal.
I saw Joe Rogan's reaction to it, and I was the same way. I was like, oh my God, like like I hate watching that kind of stuff, dude. And I have to see, I have to look at it, and I have to like just cringe at it. I have to like I can't look away.
I don't like watching them do arm bars and all that because I always think it's gonna snap. I'm like, nobody's telling them to stop, and they're just gonna keep pulling until somebody tells them to stop. And I'm like, the arm's already broken. Like, what are you doing? Like, stop.
What's the worst bone you have broken?
Never.
You've never broken a bone?
Nope.
I'm the same as you.
The only one I've broken was I fractured my arm.
You fractured your arm?
Fractured.
Doing what?
Playing football as a kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. I just remember but you caught that ball. I think
I did catch it.
You made a badass catch, landed on his arm, fractured it.
I mean, it was a good catch.
Haul him off. He did it.
I'm out.
Put you on the all-star team.
I fractured my foot and I dislocated my wrist.
Jeez.
You dislocated your wrist.
Yeah, like I popped my wrist back in.
So with the foot fracture, there's actually a girl I work with right now. She is about to get surgery. Like, did you have major complications from it? Did anything happen? What? You had a cast?
No, I just kept going.
Oh, you just stayed off it?
Yeah. Mom rubbed the egg on it.
Yeah. My mom got an egg, rubbed it on it, said a Mexican chant, and we were good after that.
Like perfect healing, like
for real. Yeah, like I don't have. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think that's kind of what you're supposed to do with the foot fracture, even with the hand stuff.
Yeah, there's
they just tell you like
there's not much you
heal
can
by
do.
itself.
Yeah, heal by itself. Yeah.
But I hear that it can come back with maybe more pain, or it's like.
That's it. I got it because I kicked.
I think it just depends on where you break it.
I kicked the guy and he blocked with his elbow. Like I hit him right in the elbow.
Oh, yeah.
It was just solid.
Ew.
And it sucked because it definitely did hurt.
Ooh.
But like your adrenaline's pumping, like you're going, like you don't feel it, you just keep going, and then once you're like done for the night, it's just like, oh my God, my foot's like 3 times the size it should be. Like I look like Sasquatch. Like
so you know a little about UFC, right?
Yeah.
So what fight am I talking about with the guy snapping his leg?
So you're talking about Chris Weidman fighting. He fought Uriah Hall.
Okay.
And
so yeah, that specific fight, that was a really bad break.
Yeah.
And then like you could definitely tell that the adrenaline was rushing because he tried to step back on his leg, and then it did the whole wet noodle thing, and he just kind of fell.
Yeah.
And that's like what's really bad about it. But so why does the leg snap sometimes? At other times, it just gets blocked.
It just depends on like your, like how you've done like your training for one, or like two. Like, man, like a lot of people are like, do you drink milk? Like are your bones strong enough to like to handle? Are you getting enough calcium in your diet to handle? Like, I know, like when we were trained, like our shins were like one of the things that we would really like train on. Like in Muay Thai, like that's all I did was like, your shin is basically a baseball bat. Like your leg is a baseball bat, and you're swinging it as hard as you can. And like, so like we would sit on like cinder blocks, like to condition the shin, or like we would take it and like we'd have like a stick and we start like hitting our shins to start just like conditioning it. I mean, you just got to build up strength.
So you just like beat up your shins,
yeah,
and they'll just get stronger.
Yeah, like they come back. Yeah.
That's that old school.
I shit you not.
Yeah, old school karate style.
Grab my stick.
Yeah, I shit you not.
Go give me my bamboo stick.
Whip my shins. Imagine sitting there, someone just whipping your shins.
It would suck. Like you can go down like my shin, and like there's like bumps and shit, and it's just like
whacking your shit.
Yeah, just like
just
sitting
whack
there,
my
like,
shins right here.
Just like pop pop. You know, like when like in that movie, like Freddy got fingered, when he like hits the girl, like he's like, oh, that's what it's like. But like you feel it, like you're like he's beating the shit out of
I
it.
have heard that because my boyfriend, he did kickboxing for a little bit. He was doing MMA fighting. He was really into it, and I'm like, he's got some shins on him. I'm like, those things are like solid, like.
Yeah.
And like
holes, like, and it doesn't hurt him.
No, like it doesn't.
He can kick something and he's gonna be fine. I'm like, dude, if I graze something with my shin, like that's it. It hurts.
Like Peter Given.
It is crazy. They really do condition their shins.
We condition, like a lot of it is like being able to take like the impact from like, you know, like you condition your body to take the impact of like a body shot or a body kick, or like when you're kicking with your shin, like if you hit, you know, shin to shin, or, you know, whatever. Like,
I would think that's probably the worst one, right? When
shin to shin is like the worst one. And like when he checked,
breaking.
like, so like when Uriah Hall checked the kick, like he turned his leg out, and when you turn your leg out, like you're basically like
lining your shin.
Yeah,
up,
you're lining it up, and man, like it was like textbook 101. Like the shin, like he checked the kick, and Chris Weidman's leg just snapped like a twig. So him checking the kick is the right move to make, right? Yeah. You definitely.
So
want to check
normally, I guess most of the time when it's shin on shin, someone's just getting hurt. It doesn't really snap, but I guess because of the amount of force was behind his kick.
That too, and like when Uriah Hall like checked the kick, like he's bracing for the impact.
Yeah.
Like he's strengthening up his leg to like impact the kick. So like you're swinging it like crazy, like you're like boom, it comes in, like it checks. And like you hear like when the leg just goes bah, and like his leg just like wobbles back. Like,
so it snapped from the shin, not the knee.
Yeah, like it snapped from like the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I really don't want to see that. I'm so glad.
After this, I'll show it to you.
No, I can't.
I screamed. I was like, no.
Noodle. Truly a
and then
I remember
him trying to step on it too was even worse.
Oh my God,
Aubrey,
no.
it was even worse. I was like, oh
so
my,
bad.
It's like you get that phantom pain in your own leg.
Yes,
just like watching it, you're like, oh no,
so bad,
dude.
I remember watching
awful.
one a long time ago, like 15 years ago. I was a kid, where his arm, I don't know who it was, but their arm like snapped, and then he just like popped it back and was like, I'm good to go.
That was
Chocolate Dad,
no, that was
Frank
Mir and Silva's
Yes.
was it Tim Silva?
Yeah.
Tim Silva.
I
like
remember he popped
Frank
it out
Mir put
and
him in the
then it
arm
just, like,
bar, and like he wouldn't tap, and he snapped his arm, and Frank Mir's like, I'm gonna snap your arm, and like he snapped his arm, and he
right back
still
and was like, I'm ready to go.
Still didn't, like he still didn't tap, and like Herb Dean was like, hey man, like your arm's broken. He's like, no, I want to keep fighting. He's like, you can't, like your arm's broken, like you cannot fight, like I cannot
And
quit
he
your
literally
fight.
was like, I'm fine. Like,
Yeah, he was just like,
popped it back and was
yeah.
like, I'm good. Like,
it was gross. It was
like,
gross,
What
dude.
a fucking monster, dude.
Yeah,
Did they stop the fight? Or
Yeah, they
had
stopped
to
the fight.
stop it.
They're like, sorry, dude. Like,
Yeah,
no,
hey,
we're
man,
not.
like,
We're not gonna risk that.
Like Herb saw it. He was like, oh shit. You even see like you hear like Herb Dean say like, oh shit. And like, like his arm, like it's fun, like cause he's bending and it's bending, and all of a sudden you just see this part right here just pop like up, and like everybody was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Like it was bad, dude. It was
It
a
happened
bad.
so fast, and then he
Yeah.
just like put it back and was
Yeah.
like, "I still want to fight."
Yeah,
And
he's
they
like,
were
no. He's like, I'm good, and like they're like,
no, you're not.
So
Yeah.
so that last fight, I'm glad they had an audience because if
Yeah.
it was quiet,
Ew.
everyone would have heard that
Ew.
snap
Yeah.
just
On
like
TV,
echoing, dude.
everything.
And I would
Gross.
have heard that snap in my nightmares. Like, you know.
Yeah, it would have haunted your dreams. Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm glad I couldn't
Somebody
hear
steps
it.
on a twig.
Oh, my leg. Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Oh my God.
But
Yeah.
even I don't know if you saw the fight before that one. There was a dude that got hit in the leg and it made his leg go numb. And he was walking and his ankle was giving out.
Yeah.
Like it was like
Oh
like you ever
my
see
God.
dude, it was like
Yeah,
like it would go
girls,
sideways.
girls in
Dude,
super high heels. And
He was
they're
trying to walk on it and it was like
It was
like
just- it was just like
roll,
baby
dude.
giraffes.
And they're like, dude, the whole time the audience was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, dude. And they stopped the fight because the dude just like he couldn't walk.
Oh my!
It was
but
just
from
nasty.
His leg being numb, like it
he
wasn't.
got-
He
nothing
got
was
leg
broke?
kicked and it hit a nerve.
He got hit
and
in a great spot.
It basically like just like shut his leg down.
I didn't even know you could even do that.
It was wild.
Paralyzer.
Just-
like,
yeah.
it was paralyzed leg, yeah.
Paralyzed.
Yeah. But that
Friggin-
fight with Chris Weidman, they said that was the first UFC fight in history where a challenger won the fight without throwing a single like
Oh, he
strike.
did. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like basically Uriah Hall just all he did was check the kick. It
Yeah.
literally started. Chris Weidman kicked. Uriah Hall checked it, and then Chris
Yeah.
Weidman's leg just came back as a noodle.
Over.
Yeah, it was done. That was
He's like,
it.
all right, I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
I'm done.
that was definitely it.
Dude, man.
But they were talking about that's karma because he did the same thing to Anderson Silva
Anderson Silva, yeah.
years back when they fought. So,
Yeah.
but luckily, you know, he's gonna make a good recovery. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Surgery and everything.
those are what you call alpha males, and we are beta males. That's why they're.
Yeah, that's why they make the money they do.
Yeah, that's why they
they're
do
there.
those things.
Yeah.
Because we are.
Yeah.
We
He's
are betas.
Definitely an alpha.
Come on,
Yeah,
Brian.
yeah.
Let me kick you in your shin.
Dude, no.
Let's
no,
start some
thank you.
training. Somebody go get
Right,
me.
yeah, someone go
me
get some bamboo.
Get a
some
stick from
bamboo.
outside. Yeah, get a stick
I
from
have a
outside.
bamboo stick around here somewhere.
And on our next episode, we're gonna be training our shins.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna come back with their legs all cast up.
Live training.
So, do y'all have, speaking from experience, do y'all have any training at all in anything?
I do.
Like if someone asks you, hey, what are you trained in? What would your answers be?
I trained in 7 different styles of martial arts.
You have. So you have
Yes.
martial arts straight. But I'm not talking just about fighting.
Oh, I got you.
Other things.
I've watched Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT.
I've learned that if I scream really loud, my power level goes
Yu
up.
Hakusho. I've
Yeah.
seen it
Oh
all.
my
Yeah.
I got training in like
Yeah, I'm a spirit
20
detective.
You have training in anime. That's pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know if you
I
see
have-
this tattoo, but it's
I
the
have
dragon of the
anime
darkness.
knowledge.
yeah, there you go.
You know how
That's
long
cool.
it's the dragon from hell.
I mean, we all like anime here.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think
Yeah.
even Aubrey, do you even watch anime?
You know, not too much.
That's cool. That's
right.
fine.
I'm like,
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out.
Get the fuck
You
out.
know,
Get out.
not
This
too
is the
much.
last time
Spas just
y'all
opened
see
up.
Aubrey.
She is now no longer.
But no, I think
part of
they're
the
training, like, you know, like people will train themselves to eat hot foods and stuff like that, build up resistance to there.
Yeah.
Even like people that inject themselves with poisons to build up immunities to it, stuff like that.
Can't say I've ever done that.
I can't say I've seen anybody
Definitely
survive that
Not
either.
doing that.
Nah, I know people that do it.
Really?
I've seen people on the internet do it. How they'll get a little bit of rattlesnake venom, put it in them just a little bit,
Oh, just a little bit? Just
a
enough?
little bit, and
Just enough to
then,
get a buzz?
and then pretty soon they're like, I'm immune to it.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if they ever get fully immune to it. I'm sure it still
Nope.
fucks them up. But
No special skills here.
no, I asked because like I've been really wanting to do a hot ones bit, whatever, and having like a few wings with like some really hot sauces on it.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, I don't know if I need to get ready for that, like, you know, or just be like, fuck it, just jump in it. But I was thinking more about it today because I went to HGB Plus, and they have, I guess, an expanded area of hot sauces now.
Oh, wow. Really?
And I even saw some of the sauces that I see on Hot Ones with Chris Evans and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, some of the sauces are just literally right here. I can go buy chicken wings over there And
Chris Evans, that's Captain America.
Sorry, Sean Evans.
I never
Why did you correct me?
I was like, man.
I started thinking, I was like, damn,
doing
like
this
Chris
stuff.
Evans. Like, that sounds
Chris.
familiar.
I was
Sean
thinking-
Evans.
I was like,
I've
maybe
heard that guy.
there's a different Chris
Captain
Evans
America?
that I don't know about.
The
He has
captain?
different training. He
I
has
was
different
like,
training.
oh, he's talking about somebody
Lizzo's
that
dude?
was on the show. I was like,
Yeah.
Chris Evans was on
Sean Evans.
college?
I'm sorry.
Sean Evans.
Sean Evans, yeah.
Sean Evans. But no, I was like, dude, it'd be funny just to get like a few wings and just do a little hot ones take, just because it's something we can do. And honestly, I really want myself to try one of those wings that are like super hot that you see people
Me
just
too.
dying. Because I've never ate anything that spicy to where
How do you
I'm like,
prepare for that?
You don't.
I don't
Like,
know.
how do you
like,
train for that?
I'm sure Sean.
don't.
I mean, like, I'm sure Sean has a little bit of resistance, like
Just do it
because
over
he's
and
done
over.
it
I think-
so many times.
I think you would just have to have a like for spicy stuff,
Yeah.
for one.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Or people that train themselves to eat a bunch of food. The
See,
Kobayashi?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
how they can just like fucking put away fucking
Yeah.
all these
50
hot dogs,
yeah.
just going.
You know,
And I was
every
like,
time
fuck.
I buy a lot of food, like if so whatever, you know, you get you get hungry and you just buy a bunch
right.
of stuff. You go and
I'm
order
following.
a bunch of stuff.
Come
Talk
on.
about being
I
hun-
always think about I should film myself eating it. Like whenever I sit there
I
and
would
I open
subscribe.
up everything,
Yeah.
and I've got it all.
How much?
I've got.
Where do we?
What's the OF?
Where do we
Look.
sign?
Drop the link. I'm in
I'm
it.
just saying, if y'all ever want to film me eating a bunch of food,
Oh yeah.
I'm in it. I'm
There-
down. I'm
There-
down.
Dude, there might be
it was
a.
fun
Don't
sometimes.
tempt me with the good
Let's
time.
go, baby. Let's go.
Yeah,
You
Don't
don't
mind
have
me
to
with the
eat
good
it
time.
all, but
No, you gotta eat
Oh,
it
you
all.
gotta
That's
eat
the
it.
catch.
okay.
What am I paying
see.
for then?
Yeah.
It's like, we're gonna take you
What
to
am I-
wherever.
Okay, well,
am I
you're gonna.
subscribing
You're
we'll
gonna.
start with an
Yeah.
with an order that I know I can eat.
We'll have a crotch cam and a foot cam.
Oh,
Dude. And whatever level you got, how many accesses y'all.
yeah.
Wait,
Tier
what do you-
1, Tier 2.
Yeah. Tier the
Yeah.
feet are tier
Tier
3.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Have you heard of? I believe there's this website that ranks people's feet.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of this?
I have not heard of that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Aubrey, you're the woman, the girl here, but the woman.
Am I?
Yeah, the woman, yeah.
What would you out of 1 to 10? Because they rate your feet like you can have like perfect feet. I guess judged by the audience. Like, what do you
Yeah.
think your feet would rank at?
You know what? I like my feet. That's a good feature. I have a good.
So what are we
Get
saying?
it?
Like
So what are you
10?
saying, 10?
Are we saying
I mean,
10?
10 for the
We
bad
got a-
boys? We got a 10 already?
I
We got a
mean,
10?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if you want to
No.
see it, tier 3.
You know, I
Yeah,
get-
yeah, if
tier
you're looking-
3.
Yeah, y'all heard it,
Tier
guys. She
3.
said she likes her.
You got a 10 out of 10 on feet.
No, I'm gonna go 9.
Wow. Wow.
Humble.
Wow, she's so humble. Yeah.
The humblest.
Jeez.
Wow, that's
All right,
crazy.
hey Aubrey, would you sell a picture of your feet? If someone goes, hey, I got $50.
Hell
I
yeah.
want a picture of your feet.
She's got rent to
Dude,
pay.
there you go, dude.
We just said it. So
Yeah,
Next
here we
business
go,
avenue.
yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Picture
guys,
of my
go
feet.
at her. Her OnlyFans is feet only, though.
Dude,
feet
no,
only.
there are people making
We
money
got you.
doing that.
We'll have it
Straight
set up.
Like y'all have seen those Vice, they pop up on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a girl who's like, I just modeled my feet, and people send money. And
Do you
So
think
wild.
there's anything out there for
then
me?
it's up to you if you want to get sexual with it.
But what about
True.
me though? Do I have any room in the modeling field?
With a beard model,
Oh yeah, maybe some girl.
just
Maybe.
stroke it. Just
Interesting.
there you go. Somebody probably
I don't
paid
got
you
anything.
a good $5 for that.
Why is it so? Why is it that only? I guess not only. I can't say only, but I would say the feet loving community is probably a high percentage males. Right? Is there girls out there that just love men's feet?
Oh,
I have not
I haven't ran
There
into any.
probably are.
You think
heard
so?
of anything like that.
Yes. Everybody, there's
Something
somebody
for
that's in there.
somebody.
Yeah, I'm like, there's
Can you
literally.
please comment if you're watching? Just-
You like-
You're a female that
if you
likes
like
male
men's
feet.
feet,
yeah.
Please
please comment.
comment.
I've never thought about
Like
that.
to the point of how guys like, because guys are like, oh yeah, they're getting off to this stuff, right? Like, oh man, she has perfect feet, and there's like,
You're wondering if there's,
you know,
if there's a
but
girl
like,
doing
is there
that,
girls that
they're
are just all like, oh look at that guy's feet,
look
I'm
at those
dripping
hairy
wet, baby,
toes.
like you know,
God.
like do
Hell
girls say
yeah.
that, like because guys say the equivalent, like or just at least think the equivalent. I was just wondering, the
There has
girls,
to be.
there has to
But
be,
just
right?
the numbers.
Or do you
I'm
think that
clearly-
girl? Yeah, but I would say that number is probably so small. Those
Yeah.
girls will probably never admit it. No, they don't want
Would
to.
you? Yeah.
Could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, there's not
We
gonna be a
could be
girl
onto
that's gonna
something.
admit that they want to like suck on some dude's hairy toe.
Yeah, got Bilbo Baggins feet.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Okay. Let me put some Miracle Girl on
Okay,
you.
hold on. Do you think there were any girls that watched Lord of the Rings that just got turned on by the Hobbit?
Dang, those are big feet.
Yo, those are some
Do you
massive
think-
Big
feet.
old feet.
Do you
Yes.
think there's a girl out there? I'm sure at least
Yes.
somewhere.
They're like, I don't know. I like that.
Like,
Somewhere,
oh,
some-
yeah.
I like that in a man.
Yeah.
Somewhere,
You know what they say about big feet, right? Like, you know, just like
you got big socks.
I got big socks.
Somewhere out there, some girl was like,
Somebody
"Oh
is.
hell yeah!"
Someone watching is just
Yeah.
like off. They're,
Yeah,
they're figuring-
some girls requesting
Yeah.
some guy to dress like a
She's
hobbit
getting-
from the Shire right now. Just bare feet.
For sure they are, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
In some bedroom, probably smells awful. They're doing it.
Feet.
Smells like old cheese.
Like
Yeah.
feet.
Jesus. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Again, if you're into that, please comment.
I mean, is nothing wrong about being into it, right? I mean, like, if you get off to it, I support you 100%. I just want to know the numbers. Like, you know, I'm a numbers kind of guy.
We want y'all to get off.
for sure.
Yeah, on whatever you want to. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever
I'm
it
right
is.
there with you. I want to be there.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you have a foot
Wait, oh,
fetish?
no,
Do you have a foot
no,
not there in
Because
person.
I'm right
in
there
spirit,
with
though.
you.
No,
I
in
love-
spirit. In
like
spirit,
it.
he
Love
wants to be
men's
What was
there.
the last thing you
Love
talked
it.
about how you were into? Was it Queen Latifah?
What?
Yeah, the Queen Latifah thing going.
Yes.
Wow.
I did.
Brian went through
Really?
this phase of just like
I went hard,
What?
deep
deep into Queen Latifah.
My
Really?
God, I was lost.
Really, I am shocked. You've been one of my best friends for so many
Dude.
years, and you have never told me about
I
Queen
did.
It was
Wait, what?
recent.
What?
It was
It
recent.
was recent.
You had a
I
thing
was
for
during
Queen
the- during
Latifah?
the
still
COVID.
do. I still do.
During the
Oh, it
COVID.
happened in COVID. You got locked up. You were just shut down.
Yeah.
And Queen Latifah kept popping up, and
Mhm.
you were just like, you know what? I
How
haven't
many
seen
how many of her
anybody
movies
else.
did you watch?
At least 4. I probably watched like 4 like days, back-to-back days or something.
Was it?
Dude,
was
they're
it
all funny. They're all funny, dude.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, gosh, she's so funny.
Dude,
you watch-
bringing down the
She's
house.
so good.
Bringing
Have
down
you-
the house.
Have you
Dude.
not seen
Definitely.
Set It Off?
I don't think I've seen that
Oh,
one.
okay. Watch Set It Off, and it'll change the way you see Queen Latifah.
Nah, it won't.
For the
I-
better or for the worse?
For the
Who else
worst.
is in that
Well,
with
for
her?
the worst?
No, dude. There's no way.
I think Jada Pinkett Smith is in there with her. And the premise is
I know which one
they
you're
rob
talking
a
about.
bank, and this is in the
Oh,
90s.
I
Have you seen it?
think I have to see this one.
Did you get aroused?
I think I did.
Wow. You think you know somebody? You think
I
you
think
really
I
know
did.
somebody?
You
You spend-
think you know someone until
Okay.
you
Queen
find
Latifah's
out.
great. Yeah, 10 plus
She's
years.
great.
I've
It
never
Really
heard
is.
this before.
That's what I'm saying. That Bringing Down the House is one of like
Dude,
the
she's
best
great.
movies.
I mean, I didn't give
So
Brian no
funny.
shit about it. I'm just bringing it up because I was
The
I
one,
mean, I'm
yeah.
not
Something
giving
I
a
just
shit, I'm
never heard of it.
surprised.
the one with Steve Martin just like set it off for me.
Really? Okay, I know what movie that
Dude.
is. And that's a funny movie.
Dude, so freaking
Funny.
funny, man.
But-
she's so funny.
Did you see Queen Latifah in a different light instead of being hilarious? Or you're like, man, I'm like, you know what? I can really take on some Queen Latifah right now.
I could. I'll do my best.
Oh wow.
All right, guys, hold on.
I know
Let's-
you will.
Let's take a quick break and we'll come right back.
I'm like, it's her big titties.
Oh, she got huge.
That's
she's
why.
huge.
I'm like,
Big old
she's
black
just got
titties.
big boobies.
And she's pretty.
you said
Yeah, she's pretty. She's pretty now.
Big old black titties.
Big old titties.
not just
Dude, big old.
Hey there. I just want to take a second to thank you for watching the Elite4Podcast. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe because that really helps our channel grow. And if you're feeling extra generous, share us with a friend. Tell your mom about us. Tell anyone. We greatly appreciate you here at Elite4. Now back to the podcast.
Fucking Leanne. I was like, hey, Leanne, I gotta ask you a question. She goes, okay, ... And I was like, never mind.
Too many dots.
I was just like,
You lost me.
you're insulting me now.
Now you're just questioning my intelligence.
Yeah, I was like,
and
I don't want to
like
ask
that.
now. You're just
too
being an
many
ass.
dots.
Dude,
You're an ass now.
like, yeah. You're making me feel like a jackass for
Yeah, questioning my intelligence, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, making me feel stupid.
I live with
that.
Dude.
I live with
like,
it every
no.
day.
Like, I'll ask someone else.
No, never mind. Never mind.
Forget
Yeah,
it.
you know what? Let's just drop it. Yeah.
Next time it happens to you, let me know. And just how it feels.
Yeah. How you feel?
Who the fuck put 3 dots?
Fuck, I don't know, dude. I do the same way. I'm like,
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I was like, I do it all the time.
Oh,
I
gee.
do 3 dots if like. Anyways, and we're back. But so I'll put 3 dots on the end of a message if either waiting for like if I say something to make the other person look dumb, I'm just like
That's
you know
what, yeah.
like I think the 3 dots kind of for me represents me kind of looking at you like you're fucking dumb.
Like what idiot? Or just
what
like,
idiot?
like,
dot
or-
dot like you know kind of is whatever.
you jackass.
Or usually see it like when someone says something, you're like, yeah, dot.
Like,
You're
it's
just like,
obvious, right?
and what,
Yeah,
dummy?
idiot.
Yeah, you idiot.
You
Like,
know, like-
oh, and then follow it up with a question mark at the
Yeah.
end,
You
like
big
dot
dummy.
like, and
Yeah,
Or,
So you've
or it
insulted
could be an
people's
awkward
intelligence
silence
before.
too, like you know.
yeah.
maybe.
Like,
Yeah,
if
because
someone's asking a question, there's like,
I don't know.
you
Dot
know,
dot.
like,
Well,
you know,
yeah.
I should know. Or, you know,
in this case, yeah, I was like, can I ask? Well, it was I asked a question if I could even ask a question.
Yeah.
I was like, can I ask you something? And it was like, okay, dot. And I was like, oh, fuck
So
you.
her-
I was like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Fuck me.
fuck me.
No, just
Gonna hit me with dots like that?
So
Yeah.
you would have been fine if she just said okay,
okay, well, yeah, okay, go ahead.
What about okay
Period.
with a question mark?
right?
Yeah, sure.
That was good too.
Yeah, fine.
But dot dot dot.
But 3
is like,
question marks?
You
Nah,
idiot.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Idiot.
2's pushing it, but 3,
Insulted
three question
intelligence.
marks. You've insulted my intelligence. I'm not gonna ask you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I see.
Dude.
Thanks,
But
Shane.
anyway, yeah,
Four dots.
something else actually happened to me the other day that
Here we go.
that I actually wanted to get Aubrey's opinion. I mean, you know, Aubrey's like the only woman that we ever hang out with, so like if we're messed up, it's because
Yeah.
all our advice comes from Aubrey. So like,
Anything
really,
with
we're just
we're just relying on Aubrey's.
we're
like,
reflections of
information.
Aubrey,
Yeah.
like because
We really are.
Well, y'all really are taking my advice.
Aubrey,
these
Aubrey,
days.
Aubrey is a
Yeah.
homie. Like Aubrey is
Yeah.
a straight
We're
homie. So
really
we
taking
really
my
turn to
advice.
her.
so we're
Yeah.
fucked up. It's because
it's
of
because
Aubrey.
it's-
Because
Yeah,
Here.
I'm fucked up. Like what?
it makes sense.
Have you seen her eye?
It makes sense.
Like,
Look at her
y'all
eye.
literally have
Yeah.
a busted eye.
Volleyball. Or
Yeah,
volleyball.
Sure.
You know what? It's
it was
funny because like
volleyball.
at work, I'm pretty sure people think that I'm ghetto and I maybe just got into a fight.
Yeah. Blink,
Because
blink
it
3
is not
times if you're
helping.
okay.
Yeah.
It's not helping. Like the tips aren't any better. They're like, look at this girl. Like either she lets her man beat her and that's disgusting, or she got into a fight. That's
also
disgusting.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, neither.
It's
Neither
just so
one.
ratchet.
Like, I wish
Yeah.
people. So you know, sometimes I just think like I want to ask people, what do you think happened to my eye? Like, be honest. What do you think? What are you sitting here this whole time you're eating, looking at my freaking black eye? Go ahead, tell me what you're thinking. Like, I want to know.
I lost
Do you
my
just
appetite.
think I got beat? Yeah, like.
Can we
do-
get another
Can we
server?
get a
Wait,
to-go
Can we
plate?
get another server?
When it's
Yeah.
not all busted.
Yeah.
Y'all, I've been trying so hard. I've
Busted
been
ass
so much
server over
makeup
here.
on it, and then the blood vessel in my eye popped. And
Oh
I'm like,
my
after
God,
it started,
dude.
I was able to cover it, and then I have a red.
I was gonna ask you too if this affect your work, because you know
Yeah.
serving tables
no,
and stuff.
I was at work the
I
next
like
day
it.
with the big old puffy.
Is
Good
it
thing we
affecting your
still wear
tips?
masks,
Did you say I like it?
I like it on there. It looks
You
good on
look
you.
tough.
dude.
I like it too.
I like
Yeah.
ratchet little
I
girls.
actually-
Like,
yeah.
I'm just waiting on this
Yeah, like,
little knot to go
Yeah.
away. If there's a knot, I was kind of afraid maybe a bone might have like shattered in there, my
Like shattered your orbital.
little
Oh,
cheekbone.
shit.
But
Nah, I think you would know.
yeah, so I was like,
You wouldn't be
once
touching
the
it.
swelling went down,
yeah, you would
it was
know for
all right.
sure.
Yeah, it would have
Definitely
been like
touching it.
excruciating, right? Like it
For
would have
sure.
been like.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what was your?
Oh,
let me,
okay.
Go ahead.
So
Throw it on me.
All right, so I found myself in we can call it a disagreement, right?
All right.
Okay.
2 different point of views on a topic. And we're going in, right? Like we're pleading cases, right? I'm trying to prove my point, and this is taking place in the kitchen, right? Or, as you know, this is usually where I am. Yeah.
Where you were washing dishes? Where you cook?
No.
Who's cooking?
Where,
No.
yeah, I was like, who-
Nobody's cooking at this
Okay.
point,
I'm
right?
already on the
Because
other
I'm trying to get
person's
my
side.
point across because I'm right.
That's why I was like,
no, I'm just
Here
kidding.
we go.
No, I'm
all
just,
right, all right.
all right. So as this is going on, she's making her case, right? And I'm listening. And as she's talking, I look on the table, and we had ordered queso earlier, right? There's some queso chips on the table.
All right.
Well, she's talking. I'm like, all right, well, there's some queso. I'm going to go ahead and grab a chip, right? I grab a little chip, and I dip it, and I take a bite of it.
Oh no! Dude.
And she goes, are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
And I'm just like, and as I'm
with the widest eyes, like, are you for real right now?
I don't know.
Are you fucking for real?
I'm just like, do you want one? Just like, what? Just like, wait, what? Like, I'm just like, what? She goes, how could you fucking eat eat at a time like right now?
What do you mean? Like, because y'all are having an argument?
We're having an argument. And I took, dude,
he's not in the wrong, though.
It escalated it.
What?
Yeah. Y'all were at an 8 arguing. You just shot to a 10, baby. Like, that was it.
That one chip.
Don't you love chip, Brian?
You know, she probably like saw you grab the chip and was like, this motherfucker better not.
He better
and then like, and he's like, she's like, he's fucked up. As soon as you dip that chip, her fucking level just went to fucking through the roof.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You fucking bastard. You heartless, careless bastard.
I was still listening. I was still listening.
Did you hit her with it's called multitasking.
It was one of those chips that, you know, when they fry and like they stick together.
Yeah.
So it was just like a mad crunch, like just like
adding the insult to the injury.
You know,
yeah,
dude. It was delicious. But
all right. All right, so keep
yeah,
going.
so like,
all right.
so I guess Aubrey, like from a woman's perspective, like, did I cross the line?
So it depends on how intense this argument was. Like,
I feel like with every argument, Brian's at a 5, but it's actually probably like at a 9.
I was like at a 3. She was probably like at a 6, 7,
10. 10.
I don't know, because
add it to 15 with the chip crunch.
I mean, I
Oh,
feel
the
like
hard
I do
crunch.
stuff in the middle of our arguments when I argue all the time. I'm like making the bed, folding clothes,
Yeah.
doing random stuff.
Yeah, right.
Just walking
I mean,
around.
time goes
bitching.
on.
Just walking around.
Yeah.
Time marches on.
You can't stop time to argue.
Yeah. There's no going back.
There's cheese,
That
like
queso
getting
wasn't
that queso's
even
gonna get
any
cold.
hotter,
Yeah,
just
no,
sitting
It is
there.
gonna get cold.
Yeah.
Have you ever dipped a chip into cold ass queso? It is disgusting.
You would have broke
Yeah.
your chip.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
broke your chip off.
And I feel like if she was already at a 6 or 7,
Yeah. No.
if
don't
she
do
would have
that.
had a chip, it might have brought her down to a 5 or 4.
Maybe your mistake was you should have gave her the chip,
That's what it was.
and then you should have taken one for yourself.
Yeah. Like, hey, eat this. You're hangry. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah, that's rude that you didn't give her.
I
the
mean,
first
it
chip.
works in the Snickers commercials.
it does.
I mean, it works there.
Are you fucking
I looked
serious?
right at her.
I can
Yeah,
see it.
dude.
and I can see the look on
I
that
can
person's
too.
face with being like, "Are you fucking serious right now?"
I'm survived. I mean, I'm surprised you survived it, dude.
I'm
Like,
surprised
yeah.
too. Yeah. Total annihilation. You
Dude,
know,
we
like,
don't order queso ever, so like, let me just like get that out. Like,
Oh, so
like
it was a
queso is like
delicacy.
a rare, like,
Yeah.
Rare
delicacy.
treat. It's a
Yeah,
treat.
like
Yeah.
it's my cheat day. Like, I'm
every
like,
day has been your cheat day. What the fuck are you talking about? You seen yourself?
So you will do cheese. You'll do dairy for
Yeah,
queso.
dude. Yeah, queso.
I mean, yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say that I wouldn't. Like, if I were there talking or arguing even, and I saw hot queso on the table and I could open bag of chips, and I'm hungry
It
at
was
this
like
point.
second nature for you to just
I'm
to
gonna
do
dip.
it. Like you probably
Yeah.
weren't even thinking. You were just like, oh,
Chips,
there's
cheese.
chips and
Chip,
queso.
cheese.
Like,
Yeah.
like we're having
Chips.
a
When in Rome.
conversation in the kitchen. There's chips and queso. I want one.
I'm
Like,
hungry.
I want a chip.
Yeah, I want a chip. Yeah. This argument is increasing my
it's making
appetite.
me hungry.
And I need to eat
That
because my
argument
blood
really
sugar is
made
low.
me-
I deserve a chip.
Yeah. I'm feeling lightheaded. I just needed a chip.
So
If
did
you
it
want to
make?
continue this conversation, I
Yeah.
need a chip.
So it got worse after that.
Yeah, a little
Did
bit.
you eat any more chips after that?
I didn't. No.
Oh, my God.
Well done.
He didn't even finish the chip that he initially ate. He took a bite and put it back down.
Well, it
That's
took me
it.
a while, dude. It was like 3 chips in one. It was a good crunch. I was just like, should I
What
stop
probably-
chewing?
what
Like,
probably, what probably made it worse is she was probably like, "Are you fucking serious?" And you were just there like,
I was like,
And
crunch,
she's
crunch.
just watching you.
yeah.
well, it was like slow crunch because I didn't want to like.
And then
I
I'll
was
tell you,
like,
you probably
I
need to
guess
get,
that's already in
you
my mouth.
probably,
Like,
you
I
probably
gotta
needed to
go.
get a drink because it was already building up. So you probably did that.
Yeah.
She was probably just like losing her shit at that point. Like
It was a slow.
that was
crawl.
it. You
I was just
were
like,
yeah, you
what?
were dead. You were dead, my friend. Like you were gone. I'm
I was
surprised
like,
you're here.
I was like, we never discussed the queso in the middle of arguments. Like, I don't, like, how am I supposed to know?
How am I supposed to know this? Yeah. Yeah. Are you serious right now?
Ooh, dude, that's a tough one, dude. Because I could see it not being a thing, but I guess with some people, I could totally see it being a thing.
Yeah.
Just all like,
It's almost like
you disrespect me by eating that chip when I'm talking
Or you're not
to you.
Yeah, it's almost like
you're not taking this seriously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're disregarding the argument and how I feel when you just go and take a bite of
Massive
something.
bite of a chip.
Yeah, some people need your
Full
full
undivided
attention.
attention.
Especially in the middle of an argument, even if that argument's only at a 5.
Not gonna lie, I probably would have been mad too.
You too?
Probably would have been like, "The fuck are you doing? Why
Probably
would
would have got that chip slapped out of your hand.
Aubrey would have grabbed the thing of queso and just fucking threw it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'd be like, you want the cheese?
Yeah. Oh, you want the cheese? Oh, you want cheese, motherfucker?
Yeah, you want the have some cheese now, bitch.
Yeah.
No,
Pick it up. Pick it up.
I'd probably take the chip out of his hand and eat it.
I would see Aubrey doing that.
I want a chip.
Just smash and grab it.
Just fucking
Just cheese all through her
Okay,
fingers.
yeah. Cheese dripping off the hands to smack you with it. You got crumbs all in your beard now.
I was like, do you want? Like, did you want one? Like, what?
Did you want-
Oh, I'm
I was
sorry.
like,
My fault. My
oh,
apologies. Did I, yeah, would you
I
like
should have
some?
gave her the triple chip.
Yeah.
Those were
the
good.
triple
Probably,
chip.
dude.
Did you want? You literally, you're like, what?
Did you want one?
I can see your look. I can see the look on your face. You were like,
deer in the headlight kind of thing.
yeah, yeah. I'm for real.
gosh.
Yeah, it's delicious.
That's so funny.
Let me ask you: is there, or have y'all done anything crazy while arguing with your significant other, or maybe even a close friend? Because, like, there's those guys that like punch walls, and then they get so upset they're
Jordan.
like, and they just like punch a wall, punch a hole in it, and they're like, "Look what you made me do!" And you're like, "Well,
You did this.
Technically, you did it, but like, but is there anything that you've just done out of anger that just like I've seen people like get so pissed at their phone and they just like throw it and just gone. I've seen people actually like get their phone and like slam it down because like people go through a lot of shit. And like for like one instance was this guy, and I guess he was going through a divorce, and I guess he just got tired of his wife, whatever, that day. And he just slapped his phone on the ground, or whatever. Like that was it for that. He ain't answering that phone no more.
I can't.
But I just
I'm like,
I've
I
never
can't.
understood how they do that. But
I broke my ironing board. That was the only thing, and it was kind of an accident because I was like frustrated and I was trying to like move it, and I tripped over it. And fell on it.
Dead.
I was on a surfboard. I literally tripped, fell, and tried opening it, and it just wouldn't. It wouldn't stay. It wouldn't lock into place anymore. Like it wouldn't stay open. So yeah. Well, like I grabbed it all aggressively, and then yes, I tripped on it and fell and broke it. I still don't have an ironing board.
so how do you iron then? What are you doing?
I was just, I don't know.
She's never ironed.
Other people can get
The ironing board was just out. She just never ironed.
So I have a big bed, and I just like lay stuff out.
Okay.
Dude, that's so funny. Did you
I
get
know.
even more mad because you were mad you tripped?
Yeah, because then the
You're
next
just
day
like-
I was literally trying to use the ironing board, and it just like collapsed while I was
Oh,
like
no.
ironing, and it never would pop open again. So yeah.
What
I
about
was
you,
a little
Noah? A
disappointed.
little quiet over
Me, I am actually like I've never really done anything. It takes a lot to get me really pissed off. Like it honestly does. Like I mean, I'll argue and stuff like that, but like to actually physically or like do something out of like anger, like
Nothing.
Nothing.
I like my things too much to want to
True.
destroy anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Well,
I've never smacked anybody. Or
I like my
anything.
things, but I've destroyed
She'll
others.
throw something
No,
every once
yeah,
in a
that
while?
wasn't mine.
All right.
Okay, see, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I like my things. But I do remember being in an argument and the person talking to me was wearing those really big bug sunglasses. You know, like the ones that women, like girls wear, like the big,
just the big white.
yeah,
ones is
and they'll be
huge.
like pink on pink border, like some
Yeah.
shit, you know what I'm talking about? So I remember we were just like getting in, and we were like deep into it, and she had them on the whole time, and I guess it just clicked, and I was just like, what the fuck does she have these things on, right? And I was like, take these off, and I fucking grabbed them, I just like snapped them. I was like,
Oh my god.
Wow.
I was like, take these off, and I was like,
Oh,
took them off work.
yeah,
Fuck,
I
dude.
bought her some more though.
I'd be pissed.
Oh man.
They're like
be
$5.
pissed.
Like
I don't care. I'd be pissed.
I was like, we're inside.
I'm like, break your own things. Don't break my things.
We're in the house.
Yeah.
It's
In the
not
house.
bright enough.
Like have a chip. Like take
Have a chip.
take your glasses
Get
off.
have some
Yeah.
queso. Now, I've never done anything like that. I think whenever I get into the argument, and if the argument goes on too long, I just eventually just shut down. I was like, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
It's 3:00 in the afternoon. Yeah.
yeah, but dude, I could sleep for real. Like after
I'm
like a
going
good
to sleep.
argument, I'm sleeping.
A nap.
Like
is in
I
order.
gotta nap this argument off, dude. Like for me,
There are a lot of people that do that though. That they're like, I'm just gonna go lay down. Like, give me a minute. Let me go lay down.
Yeah.
we call it being like just emotionally exhausted.
Yeah.
And for some people that just don't get upset often, and then when we do get upset, it takes a lot out of us.
Yeah.
And that's how I am. Like I don't get upset. I mean, like I don't get upset very often because most of the time, like things I should be upset about, I really can't do anything about. So I just learned to not be upset about them and be like, "Fuck, it's the way things are. Let's move forward." But if someone makes me upset, then yeah, I'm all like, I gotta move out of this afterwards. Like, you know, like I'll sit around and I'll argue things out, but then afterwards, I'm fucking sleeping this shit off, like for real.
See, I'm the type of person that's like still talking to you while you're sleeping.
Wow.
You think
Just
you're gonna
whispering.
take a nap?
You don't think I'm
God, Aubrey.
Oh, dude.
No,
I would be
you
scared
can't
to
be that
take
person, Aubrey. You
Jesus.
can't be that.
We can't be creeping like that. Like
God.
I would be
I have
so
to
scared
resolve things. Things have to be resolved. So
Like,
when
hey,
people
wake
just
up, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Get up,
So when
little
people
bitch.
walk away and say,
You
"I'm
thought?
gonna go
You little small
take
dick
a nap,"
yeah.
I'm
you
like,
small
no,
dick bitch.
no, we've got to resolve this.
Yeah, you think
It
I'm
might not
asleep?
be bad. It might not be like, you know, over there, like, hey, asshole, wake up. Like, you're not going to go to sleep. It's like, I'll sit there quietly for a little bit and then I'll be like, so, you know, the thing is,
You like see
What,
it.
what
Like
if they
formula.
just? What if they're
Then
just? What if
that
they're mad?
escalates
What if they're
things.
mad to the point to where they need to cool down? Because some people don't
There
like
is no cool
arguing
down.
whenever they're mad, and they're gonna say,
There's no
"Hey,
cool down
don't do
switch.
let me cool off a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk to you level headed." Or you're just trying to like talk to get it out as fast as possible.
get it out. Let's talk it out.
Because there's been many times I've walked away. I'm like, "Yo, you know what? Give me 30 minutes. Like, just cool off. I need to cool off. In 30 minutes, we'll come back, and you know we'll both be cooled off. We both would have had time to think about things that we want to say and communicate better. And you know, I think sometimes that's an option.
No.
No.
I communicate.
You sit
I
your ass
communicate.
down.
She's like, she just
Yeah,
said,
shut the
no.
fuck up again. Yeah.
I communicate just fine.
Interesting. Well, all right.
Whatever. I've got issues. We know this. Like,
right.
why are we acting like this is
What, you go text your hose?
new?
Go text your host.
Oh, go text your hose. Yeah, go text your
Go
hose.
text your hose.
God damn it.
You gotta check. No, that's
Fuck.
funny. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I think I would like go burn off some steam, lift some weights, do something. Or
There's
just
many ways to
chill.
go about it.
Yeah,
and
there
there's
is.
no right way or wrong. Everyone just has how they
Oh,
deal
there's
with
plenty
it.
of wrong
You
ways.
don't
dude.
need a chip. In
Oh, yeah,
queso
there's wrong
or
ways.
That's a wrong
Yeah.
way.
Like,
But
Yeah,
yeah,
apparently it's not the right way.
yeah, but there's many ways you can go about it that are right. But yeah, like everyone just has their own way that they handle like those moments where like they're overwhelmed, whether if it's walking away, whether if it's shutting down or going to sleep. You just
Which
gotta
one
learn.
do you think is the most productive way?
probably the walking, like just taking a step out, whether it's leaving, like literally getting in your vehicle and driving off, or
I guess
going to another room and just not.
Yeah. I guess it depends on how, like, what each of them are. Because if both of them are good at separating for a little
Yeah.
bit and coming back, maybe
Yeah.
they can be super productive.
Because I know people that can't do that.
Yeah.
Because once they walk away, then when they come back in, they just forget about what they wanted to say.
Yeah.
Or they have to talk about
Yeah.
whatever they want to talk about in the moment. And some people, I guess, not that the others are, I mean, I guess you say some people are a little bit more conscious about it, about speaking while, being hot-headed or something like that. Or maybe they just have a bunch of bad experiences doing it in the past. They're like, yo, I need to walk away because things don't work out for me whenever I speak in this kind of,
Yeah.
with this kind of temper. But yeah, just, people arguing, I mean, I guess it's just different from person to person. I would say there's no right or wrong way as long as it doesn't get physical and no one's getting hurt, because people could even get hurt verbally too. But I mean, I would say just do the best for however you want to work, even if it's just like one person talking. Like if Aubrey has to talk, and I'm just like, hey, I'll hear you out, but I really want to wait to respond to you until like kind of calm down. So why don't you go ahead and you shoot off? You fucking empty your fucking magazine.
Blow your load. Yeah.
Blow your fucking load. I'll think about what you say and I'll respond to you, but give me a little bit. Let me cool off a little bit. I think that's how I would go about it. But
order queso.
Or order queso. It'd be like, that's also,
Hey, would you like that? What if someone was
I'm
like
just gonna keep queso and chips on deck?
Yeah, what if
in
somebody
the
was
kitchen
like,
all the time?
What if you're mid-argument and somebody was just like, hey, are you hungry?
I really
I would
think,
be like, problem solved.
yeah,
Let's
I think
go.
it'd be a great
I'm like,
diffuser.
right?
I'm not going to say it's going to solve your problems, but
See, but
it
then
would,
that makes people
it
mad
would
too.
solve
when you
the
try to
immediate.
just drop what happened and be
Like,
like,
you'd be like, arguing
so
like,
what?
hey,
Do you want?
hey, motherfucker,
So do you want to go eat?
are you hungry?
Yeah.
How could you eat at a time right now?
Yeah, I'm fucking
How do you
hungry.
eat? I think it just depends on what you're arguing
Right?
about
And then
too,
I'm
right?
like-
How serious are we talking? What are we arguing about? Like,
true.
who's
Who
our,
the fuck was texting you? Hey, you know what, motherfucker? Are you hungry?
that one might work. That one might work.
I'm hungry. You want some chicken nuggets?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Let's, you know what? Let's
That's
talk about
what's
this over a
wrong.
nice
That's
20
what's
piece.
wrong.
Right?
Let's go get a 20 piece. Let's talk this out. You know,
That solves
diet
problems
soda.
for me.
There you go.
Yeah, I can see Aubrey like
Take
arguing,
me to eat. Let's go.
arguing, just to be like pissed.
Say
You'd
you
be like, hey, you know what? Hey, let's go get some food, Aubrey.
Yeah,
Let's go
my
eat.
treat.
My treat.
Everybody, just forget
Any restaurant, pick it.
Yeah, you pick.
There comes the
I
next
buy.
argument.
My God.
What do you do?
Oh,
I don't know.
Fix.
Yeah.
What do you do when your girl's on a diet though? She's like, no, I don't.
Like, you know what? You've deserved that meal.
Perfect. That's
worked
exactly
You
it.
worked so hard.
And you're looking so good.
No,
You
exactly
need-
what you said.
You should have a cheat meal.
you just want me to be
on
fat.
Meal. On me.
It's
On me.
just
You just want me to be
argument.
fat.
No. I want you to be satisfied. Let me satisfy you.
See that?
Why are you looking?
Okay.
Why are you looking at? Is it weird that he's only looking
Yeah,
at me?
it was.
I want you to look me in my eyes.
I'm trying not to.
Look away when you say that.
I see you keep
I don't
like
know where to
twitching.
look. Like, I can't look. Stop looking at
I'm
me.
looking at you. I saw what you ate this weekend.
God, just like,
Yes.
stop looking.
Jake.
There's two other people here.
I know.
I'm trying to satisfy
I
you.
know.
I'm trying to satisfy you.
I'm sorry that I got mad about the chip. I'm sorry.
Gosh.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
So guys, speaking of eating out in public, have you all started eating at restaurants again?
Oh,
now
hell yeah.
that we're, I guess, almost post-COVID, not really post-COVID, but I mean things are opening back up. Restaurants are happening. Movies is a thing now. If y'all been going to restaurants and stuff, because I've been going to restaurants
Yeah.
because I missed restaurants, and I was like a boy in a new world because I just forgot how it was to sit down and be like, oh, chips, salsa in front of me just for sitting down. I was a happy boy.
Just for sitting
All right.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if are y'all getting y'all have a post-COVID like you're dieting, or y'all trying to get back in shape from trying to get your COVID weight out of you, or are you just kind of enjoying life and enjoying the things about the world that we haven't enjoyed for a better part of a whole year,
Yeah, it's a bit of both for me. Like I here in Texas, I've been going out for a while to restaurants.
It's been like what, a good month since things have been fully opened?
Well,
Till the governor did it?
yeah. Well, it was a month ago. Well, they opened restaurants so way before that, but
yeah,
but
2
with no
months.
restrict- but
2 months
now-
after quarantine,
Yeah.
I was back at work.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just a month ago that they just did like the no mask,
Yeah.
like, unless they leave it up to the business. But before that, I was going to restaurants still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, so was I.
It was a little different. You had to wait longer because everything was spaced out. They only could seat so many people, so it was kind of not the same. Definitely not the same as just going and being able to go sit at the bar. If you want to go just sit and have a drink, like you had to make sure there were so many
Equal amount of
spaces in
spaces,
between.
yeah.
Things
Social
are blocked
distancing.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Social
it was just,
distancing.
it definitely wasn't as convenient. And finding the places that were open. Because then,
Yeah.
you go to some places and they're like, oh, we're only doing to-go orders.
Yeah.
Like, we're
Yeah.
only doing takeout. And, that makes no sense to me still because there are still, like, like Subway, like, places like that. Like, they just never plan on reopening? Because
I
they're
don't
just
know.
like, this is so much easier to have to cater to half the people that we were before, you
Yeah.
know?
So
versus...
that leads to my next question was, have y'all seen a difference in different corporations or different businesses to where they're at different stages? Like some people are still acting like this is still a pandemic and we're still in the thick of things. You better have a mask when you walk in. And then some places are like, fuck it, let's go, baby. Like, let everyone in. Like, tables are back to, where they're normally spaced. No one's, they're not requiring a mask. I'll give a good example. Today, I went to HB Plus and I forgot my mask. So normally I wear a mask. I keep a mask on me everywhere I go. And I'll at least wear a mask. I walk in a restaurant until I get to my table. I follow the rules, even if they don't require it. I'll still do it just for the others there, right? And I went to HEB and I reached in my pocket to get my mask, and I was already like in the parking lot walking in, and I realized I was like, oh shit, I left it at home.
Yeah.
And I was all like, but I'm looking around real quick, and I'm seeing like, I would say now 75% of the people are not wearing masks. So I was like, man, fuck it. I guess this one time would be okay.
Right, but don't
it's
you
just,
feel like you're doing something
I
wrong
did. I
when you
felt
don't
real
have it?
guilty. Like,
But when I'm wearing it and everybody else isn't, I feel like they're looking at me like we're
Yeah.
gonna beat this
I feel
girl
the
up
guilty
because
one.
she's wearing her mask. Like,
Look at her eye.
yeah, I'm like, what? I don't know if I'm wearing it for their protection anymore or if I'm doing it for me.
Yeah.
I have my shot. I've got my COVID shot, so it's not like I'm afraid of getting it or anything. But for some reason, I can't part with the mask. Like I wear it.
If you have the shot, I feel you should just be able to do whatever you want.
Yeah,
And
but
that's how
I
it
don't
is.
think the shot
almost
prevents anything. I think
it makes it harder for you to
it
get.
makes
It's like
it
99.9, dude. Like the rate is like
Yeah.
that prevents it
It's
so
almost
much.
gonna be impossible
Yeah.
to get it again.
Like,
But it's so that you can't give it to others. It's mostly so you're stopping from giving it to other people.
yeah.
honestly, the vaccination should just clear you of everything. Like
Yeah.
you're vaccinated, you're good. Go do whatever. You should be able to go
Live
in.
life.
But I'm telling you,
Yeah.
the ones that are vaccinated, I feel like those people are the ones that are still like hardcore. Wear your mask, like have
Yeah.
your mask on.
Yeah, I haven't got vaccinated yet.
Neither have
I am going to, but I was gonna wait a little bit longer.
Make sure you're off the next day.
That's what I heard about it.
Yeah, I'm like, you definitely need a
That's what I
day
heard, yeah.
after, and only that one day. I think with older people, it affects them different because they're older, and so there was a guy that was like, oh, when I got my first one, he's like, I was sick for a whole week. Like I felt like I had COVID.
Yeah.
Like he was like, I couldn't breathe.
Oh, my
He said
God.
it was bad, but me, both shots. It was just the day
You
after.
took the 2-shot one.
Mm-hmm. And same thing for Martin. He said the first shot it didn't affect him at all. He was fine. The second one, he felt like he had COVID, or you almost feel like you have flu. The next day, you might have a fever. You might have you pretty much just a fever and feeling like a zombie.
yeah.
You feel like crap. But I swear, like you take a nap, sleep it off, wake up,
Get his name.
you're fine.
Hell yeah.
Wow. So I'm eventually gonna get vaccinated just because they're talking about that your vaccine card being a thing, especially if you want to travel and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and get it. I mean, I feel like we should anyways. But another thing I'm doing post-COVID is I'm trying to eat a lot better, right? I'm trying to eat more healthier, be more active because I do feel like I've gained a good 15 to probably 20 pounds during the past year just because, working from home for a little bit or just being at the house, like, not being able to do the things I normally do, not being as active, like, definitely affects you physically as well as mentally.
Yeah.
So there's the things I'm just trying to do to get back in the kick of things,
Yeah. Most
I
definitely.
feel like during quarantine I was drinking a lot, and I think I was actually losing more weight during quarantine than going back to work and
lying on the liquid
I
diet.
don't even know why. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I
Liquid
honestly gained more weight when I went back to work.
I guess it's all on too, like what you're eating, like how you're proportioning your meals out, like is what you're serving yourself and everything like that. I know definitely like a lot of people, and I kind of get that way too, is where you're bored, you eat.
Yeah.
You get bored, there's nothing to do. Oh, I'm gonna eat something. Your body and your mind start thinking like, I'm hungry. I gotta eat. And you start eating more than what you should be eating.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's hard to get, like, being in that state and then getting out of it. Becoming active again and everything like that, taking a step.
Yeah.
I know I personally like started getting back into the gym, like getting back into it, like lifting, like lifting again. And it's like, man, like I go and I lift, and I was like, I've been out of it for so long that I don't have the same strength I had before I went into like quarantine and everything like that. And it's shitty because you're just like, man, like you worked up for that, and then like,
do you get pissed at yourself?
Yeah, most definitely. Like
Yeah.
I go and I try to lift the weight, and I'm just like, man, like instead of doing like 8 reps, I do like 3.
You're
or
all like,
4.
what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? Like I was doing like 8, and it's just like, oh Jesus. So.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I have so much energy when I'm playing volleyball. Like I feel like I'm young and like I can do anything.
Yeah.
But as soon as I'm off of the court, like it all is just downhill from there.
Yeah.
My knee hurts, my elbow hurts, my back hurts. Like I probably sprained something. Who knows? Like it's so weird how I can feel so good and healthy, and then as soon as I try to go jog, I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm dying, literally dying.
It really is trying to get back into the swing of things, but. Once you start getting back into it, your body starts, you have the muscle memory and everything like that, but you have to just start building back up to what you're used to, And that's like a downfall for a lot of people too. Like they try to rush back into it because, they want to get back into where they were at before, and that's how you get injuries and everything like that. And it's just like, I want to go back to where I was at, but I know like the proper way to do it is just take my time and build my strength back up.
Yeah, it takes time, right?
Yeah, but, well, like I said, with everybody's different, sometimes it'll affect people differently too as well. So, it is what it is.
All right, man. Well, I'll let y'all know how much weight I lose, if I lose any weight, but I'm trying my best here. I'll let y'all know next time when y'all on. But it is getting late, so let's go ahead and wrap things up. Any last things y'all want to talk about before we go?
Nothing.
No, we're good.
Nope.
I think we covered
It was a good one.
Just
All right,
don't eat chips during an argument.
Don't eat chips in your argument. What else we cover today? I feel like today was a long one.
If you get angry, walk away. Go take some time.
Or not. You know what? Do whatever you want to do.
And if you're a
Or not.
woman, if you're
Punch a hole
a
in the wall,
female
it's fine.
into male feet, please comment.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's right.
All right.
Male
If you want to
feet.
see Aubrey's feet, let us know.
Yeah, we'll set that up. 3 tiers.
3 tiers.
We gonna get a 9. Trying to get the 9.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all next time.
Later, guys.
Later.
I never had a father.